Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. So this week I want to talk about our standards and how we can start raising them in many areas of our life. This week I am going to be doing a giveaway, so don't forget to watch this video, and at the end I will give you the details on what the giveaway will be. Now let's get right into this week's video. So one of the things that I love about coaching is it really is geared towards goal setting. Like really, what are the things that we want to accomplish? And sometimes the things we want to accomplish is to be healthy, right? We want to be emotionally healthy. We want to be mentally healthy. We want to get ourselves to a really great place after maybe even going through something that's really difficult. So in my practice, something that I'm always working with my clients on is not just healing. It's not just learning how to parent yourself and having that great relationship with yourself, learning how to have positive and healthy self-talk, making that confidence, right? Boosting that confidence up. We work on all aspects of yourself. But one of the biggest things that we also tackle is what's the life that you want to live? And let's start creating it. So if we want to have a great life, we have to have goals. So you need to know, okay, if this is where I want to be in my life, this is the goal that I'm trying to achieve. Now, where standards come into play is your standards create your habits. So whatever standard you have is really the bar for what you're willing to accept. So your standards in relationships are going to be the bare minimum of what you will accept in a relationship and how you want to be treated. Same thing in your career, same thing in your personal life, same thing with your body, same thing with your mental health, everything. You have to have a standard of it's a non-negotiable. This is what I expect in this area of my life. And when, depending on where your standards are, will determine the habits that you will then have day in and day out to meet that standard, to get yourself at that level and to eventually achieve a goal. So this is why I say in my practice, it's not just about one thing. It's not just about learning how to have positive and healthy self-talk. It's also about learning how to parent yourself. It's also about learning how to deal with manipulation and understanding what abuse looks like. It's also about understanding, okay, well, where are the wounds inside of myself? So all of these different things will come full circle to create the life that you want. Because if you say, okay, I'm going to raise my standards and expect more out of people in my relationships, when someone doesn't give you that, and when they show you a red flag, what's going on inside of yourself that's either allowing you to deal with that behavior or not deal with that behavior? What are the stories that you're telling yourself that are allowing you to walk away from a situation that isn't good for you because that's not the standard? It's not meeting where I want this relationship to be in order for it to grow and be what I would like it to be someday. So it's also about working on yourself as well as everything that's external in order for you to create the life that you want. That's why I always say everything in life starts with you. You have to be intact. Your mental health, your emotional health, you being able to deal with abusive people and how do you handle situations and learning about manipulation, all these things. This is why this is so important. So again, your standards are the bare minimum of what you will expect or tolerate in specific areas of your life. So how do we get there? How do we get to a standard? So some people have to, in order for them to raise their standards in their life, depending on whether it's their physical health or relationship, some people have to go through a gut-wrenching heartbreak where they went through severe emotional, physical, sexual abuse with a man or a woman in order for them to kind of wake up and say, wait a minute, I didn't deserve this, something has to change. And they begin to change themselves, and they begin to raise the bar as to what they expect in another person. So have you ever been in a situation where you were in a relationship with someone who was really unhealthy and toxic and not good for you, and then when that relationship ended, you raised the bar on what you expect out of someone else going forward? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes we have to go through something really terrible in order for our standards to get raised. So if you are a person that perhaps is overweight, maybe you need to have a health scare in order for that to kind of jolt you to raise your standards for you to be able to take care of yourself better physically. Some people that perhaps abuse drugs or alcohol, maybe they have to have a really bad car accident or something happens to them that's almost life-threatening, that it kind of wakens them up for them to change the standards in their life. So no matter what happens to you, the minute your mindset changes on something, your standards then change. And when your standards change, that's when your habits begin to change, because you will begin doing, or you will not tolerate certain things that aren't mirroring what you want to see in your life. and it becomes something that is just a non-negotiable. It's going to happen. This is going to happen. And sometimes when we go through those terrible, painful experiences, that's why they say there's always good stuff that comes out of a crappy situation. Sometimes that pain is the thing that will drive you to make change happen. It'll push you so far out of your comfort zone because you're in such agony, you're in such heartbreak, you're in such pain, that it causes you to wake up every day and to make a change happen in your life. So now what happens when we haven't gone through something that is gut-wrenching, right? When nothing crazy has happened, but I still need to raise my standards either in my relationship or within myself or whatever. It's really simple, but it takes constant work every single day. So this is where your mental toughness is going to come into play. This is where it's not just about, okay, I'm going to set the alarm and I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym at 5:30. It's about fighting off all of those thoughts that are happening in your mind at 5:30 when that alarm goes off. It's the same thing when you're starting to date someone and you see bits and pieces of who they are and you don't like it. What's going on inside? What's the mental chatter? And are you fighting off those thoughts? Are you learning how to have a dialogue with yourself in order to separate fear from reality, from what you should be doing, what's healthy for you, all of that stuff? This is what I teach in my practice. But you have to start with knowing what you want. And this sounds so simple, but most people don't know what they want. They just take life and whatever it comes to them, they just say, okay, this is life and this is what's gonna happen. They don't realize that they are the creators of their life. And so when you approach every single day from that aspect of this day I'm waking up and I'm gonna create this day. I'm not gonna wait for life to happen to me because I'm never gonna get what I want. So when you know, okay, what do I want in a relationship? What do I want out of a career? What do I want for my physical body? And that becomes your standard. Your habits will eventually catch up. Where the hard work comes into play is the self-discipline. The self-discipline and the mental toughness has to do with learning how to have that inner dialogue. So I know what I want, I know what I expect, I know that I deserve it, and that's something that you have to constantly remind yourself time and time again, because that ego is going to come through and it's going to remind you of why you're probably not going to get it, why you should stay on the couch, why you should just hit snooze on that, why you shouldn't get up and go do more work that you know you should be doing and procrastinate. You have to take charge of those thoughts. And this is something that is no easy task, but I will say the minute you start doing it and you raise your standards and you consciously are like, okay, I'm just going to focus on these small moments, these small habits that are going to get me to where I need to be. The minute you get to where you want to be, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I did that. And that's what builds confidence. That's what builds momentum to keep going in many different areas of your life. It's almost like it becomes an addiction. You're like, okay, I did this. I accomplished this goal. I have the relationship that I want. I have the career that I want. I have the body that I want. And now I can tackle on something else. Once the momentum is built and you're running with this and you know, okay, how do I parent myself? How do I have that inner dialogue? And you start practicing this stuff day in and day out, and this is what I do with my clients, it becomes easy to fight off the procrastination and all the thoughts that are causing you to not feel motivated to go do what you know you need to do. So it's really about learning how to live in small moments and tackling those thoughts in those small moments to get you to where you want to be. I think often what happens with people, and the reason why standards get so low, is because number one, they don't believe they're worthy. So when I don't believe that I'm worthy of a great relationship, I'm not going to have a standard for how I expect people to treat me. And in order to really fight off that voice inside of you that's the I'm not enough story that's telling you that you're not worthy, you have to constantly be monitoring your inner dialogue. And people get so scared by this process, but I'm telling you, it's something that will ease your anxiety, it will get rid of fear, it will get rid of stress. It doesn't mean you're never going to have those feelings ever again. You're a human being, but when they happen, you'll know how to deal with them. You will know how to self-soothe, and that's something that we should have been taught how to do as we were growing up, and unfortunately we weren't taught it, so we're trying to learn it now as adults. And it's not a situation where it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. It's very, very easy, because when you start emotionally and mentally taking care of yourself, you feel good. And when you feel good, you have more energy. And when you know you're worthy and keep practicing working on that self-worth, life becomes a lot easier, it becomes more enjoyable, and life starts changing. And this is when you start actually creating the life that you want. So I hope that has helped you give a brief outline as to how we can begin raising our standards. If you are interested in private coaching, I will link my website in the caption below. Please go there, message me, send me a direct message. There, I will also link where my services are in terms of private coaching or online coaching if you are interested in that. For this week, I want to give away an hour of free coaching to anyone that would like to speak with me regarding something that they are personally struggling with in their life or would like more guidance on. So if you are interested in having a free coaching session with me, there are just a few things that you have to do. You have to be a subscriber to this channel. You have to click on the notification bell, so you have to be a part of the notification community. Please like and comment down below that you would like a free session, and I will pick a winner in the first 12 hours of this video going live. Once I picked a winner, we can set up a time that works best for both of us and have our session together. So this is just another giveaway where, and I love doing these because I've actually got to know so many people that we're now following each other on social media, on Instagram, and if you are not following me on Instagram, I will link that right here. But it's just so great to meet you guys, and I feel like you guys sometimes know me, but I don't know you, and so this is just my way of saying thank you for all of your love and support over the years, and helping to really grow this channel. So you know what to do. Get it done. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below, and I will see you next week.